Dad knows things. He doesn't say much, so you can never quite know what the proper thing to do is, but he'll always speak up if you're behaving improperly. Father does set an example, though. He's the standard for what a real person is. He'll let you know that your thoughts and ideas don't quite measure up, that they can't be considered as legitimate. Father has a body that would be fun to slice up with long, squiggly knives. Right up through his back as he sits working in his desk at night. Even with a knife in his gut, he wouldn't say much. He'd just gasp a bit and maybe tell you that you've inserted the blade improperly, or that you've used the wrong type of knife, or that you shouldn't disturb him while he's working. Even as he bleeds, he'd verbally deny the effectiveness of my action. But even with Dad dead, his truths go crunching on. I know I'll never be able to behave properly, be able to do things quite right, be able to measure up, be a real person. Just have to keep hidden, keep these thoughts from being seen.
The occurrence of death to a being does not necessarily mean that the things which gave the person significance while existing materially must cease to be of import. As a corpse, an individual can remain an integrated community member, and thus attain value from that relationship, just as one did during the period while his or her body functioned. While dead, one can continue to be physically paired off with one's mate, contained in a family unit, or within other social organizations. One can still be the name that one's parents assigned to him or her. One can continue to proudly display, to a passer-by, the value one has attained by filling a role in a relationship. One is not alone in the condition of death, but rather arranged with others into groups, each lined up like rows of tract homes. One can still be a citizen of one's government and represent oneself as a member of one of its organizations. Similarly, a being can make known the spiritual group which he or she was aligned with. A person can demonstrate his or her participation in a useful business, and even relate, through the display of a large stone or elaborate crypt facilities, the large amount of wealth one has acquired in such an activity. Death does not necessarily mean one must look for new ways to attach value to oneself. A person can simply continue to be what they were assigned to be by their culture, and to gain significance from that label. If one lives as a properly integrated, contributing member of society, the difference between the states of life and death can happily become negligible.
During the period when I was compelled to attend elementary school facilities, it was mandated by the other members of the household where I was staying that I be placed in my bedroom a number of hours earlier than when the other persons in the building retired. Often feeling a bit restless as well as isolated, I would hang my head over the edge of my bed and listen through the heating vent to the noises of persons' muted voices and laughter, and to the sound of the television below. At the time, I believed that I wished to be with those others below. But now I recognize that I wanted to be in the presence of the television.
I love my bed. Only my apolitical bed could be my best friend. The black is a good location in which to be. This black, however, is no longer really black, as words have been introduced into it. Word symbols are the antithesis of the black, as they attempt to contain and relate specific meanings. The black has no necessary significances. The black is vacant. In it, one is not distracted by environmental occurrences or influenced by cultural concepts in any direct manner. In the black, the strictures of conventional time and space dissipate. One fills the black with one's mind. In the void, one sees one's ideas and emotions directly. In the black, one becomes everything, complete. I love my bed. Only my apolitical bed could be my best friend.